Welcome. All right, let's get going. Welcome, everybody. I am Ron. This is this is Pure Strength. There we go. I got it. Bring your hands up overhead. Bring the legs apart. Get yourself a firm base. As you bring the arms up, roll the shoulder blades back. Get yourself in neutral. Kind of deep breath in. Exhale as you bring your arms down. Arms go up as high as your arms go up. Other than that, don't go and try to force them to go someplace they're not supposed to be. That is not going to work for the shoulders. One more time. Bring it up. With that breath in and exhale. Bring it back out again. Let's go with a high knee. Bring it up. Start with this little march going on. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Shoulder blades back. You're looking right straight out in front of you. Not down at the floor. Knees, toes, and hips all in alignment. And you should be able to feel that alignment right there. That's the proprioception part. Can your body feel what's going on with it without you having to see it? Knowing that it's all straight, it just will be. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera, that kind of thing. All right, step it out forward and bring it back out. Starting out easy here. Out, and it's just a step. Then we'll go into this little lunge thing, bringing yourself down. Roll back, lift the heel, come on up. And other side. Take your time with this. Concentrate on that back leg. Push up. And then the other foot just slides in. So don't push off the front foot, because if you do, you'll probably push off through the toes. That's what we like to do, is push off the toes, and then we get into the knees. And knees aren't made for that. Out and back up. Out. Down. Back foot. Last one. Down. And up. 4 steps side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4. We did all kinds of front back. Now we're going to go side to side. Toes forward, knees forward. You're forward. Don't be so forward. And step. And step. Get that foot up off the floor. Heel first, then ball of the foot. Step out. Doesn't matter how wide. It's right here. How high can you get? Bring that leg up as high as you can. Balance on that single leg as you bring it over and forward. See if you can go with that 4th step. Tap the toe right in there and then take it out. Control the muscles on that move sideways, up and tap. Other side. 3 and 4, back. So what you got here is that foot. So if you can, not letting that foot touch the floor and just balance over that single leg, work those hips, holding you there and back again. 1, 2, 3 and over. Last one. Stop right there. Arms out. Stretch across the chest. Bring that arms over as far as you can, stretching out that upper back. And then elbows back, a little bend in the elbows. Palms forward, so you get a little extra squeeze there in those shoulder blades. Feel the stretch through the front of the chest and through the shoulders. And around again. Other arm on top this time. I had problems with that from one time to the next. What arm did I have on top? Back, shoulders out, shoulders back, chest out. And across. One more time, bring it back. And in. Shake that out back into the shoulders, because this is a strength class. In a strength class, we use shoulders. So roll the shoulder up and bring it back down. Take that hand, take that palm, rotate it as you bring it up. Rolling that bone in there in the shoulder socket. Getting rotation in there, getting those muscles stretched out, getting them warmed up. Remember, don't turn that hip. You're just turning the leg within the hip socket, because lower body exercises use hips. And we're going to be using lower body exercises, so we will be using the hips. Bring the arm right straight across, a little extra stretch from what you just had. Remember that lead shoulder, back, 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 back. As far as you can get it with that other arm right across the front. Bring it back in, other side, same thing, reach. So you should feel through the shoulder blade, coming up from the elbow all the way up to the shoulder and going back through the shoulder blade and out and out. The front of the shoulder on the other side as you bring that arm behind you. And last one, you're there. We're going to go down into a squat next. So butt back, hands on the thighs, holding the shoulders back, keeping the chest up. There we go. And push up. This is easy. That's why I went there. Body likes to do it's easy. Push the butt back, keep the knees straight out in front of you, tracking over the feet, but not past the toes. Roll the hips underneath and push up. Anytime you're lifting, anytime you're picking something up, or you're just coming up, roll the hips underneath, drive through the back half of the foot so you don't put the pressure on the knees. You make the glutes and the hamstrings and the quadriceps do all the work. Down, roll, and up. Same thing, but this time we're going to bring the arms down, and then as we come up, lift over the top, roll the shoulder blades back, go into a side bend, ear on the inside of that upper arm, stretch out the ribs, feel it. Obliques on that side, the extended side, stretching out. Come back down here, butt back, knees forward. Bring the arms up first, roll the shoulder blades back, hips underneath, now lift, and down on the other side. Use that top hand to pull you back up again one more time. Arms out front, hands, arms on each other, forearms. And bring it around, chin follows chest, follows forearms. I'm going to keep saying it now that I've got it. Forearms. These are your forearms. Other side, around. Don't let the hips turn. If the knees are turning, the hips are turning. If the hips are turning, the knees are turning. And back. If you feel any movement through there at all, stop. Go back the other way. Get reset. Get those hips forward. And make that rotation. And back to the other side. Exhale as you come around, tightening up those core muscles, those abs, and bring it out and back to center. Arm out, leg out like this. We're going to bring the elbow down and out. We're going to bring the heel or the knee up and out. So it's, if that does not work for you, tap the toe, bring the elbow down and back out again. Just get that movement through the hip joint as you're going, like that. Out. And in, if you can bring it up off the floor, fantastic. Don't let the hips turn. Don't let yourself go out to the side. You'll feel that in the ankle. If you go too far with it, that's all kinds of stress on that ankle joint. If you start rolling the hips out, everything's going out there with the foot. And you're going to feel all kinds of stretch, bad stretch, like strain going on in the bottom of that leg. Out, out, and in. Your foreleg, like the forearm, out, squeeze it, and back. Out, keep the back straight as you do that. Bring the knee up, roll the shoulders, so both go around, not just the front arm coming down. Out, in, squeeze, back out, and in, out. You're there with that one. Leg up and out and bring it in. Separate movements. Knee up, kick at the knee, bring it back in and down. So up, out, in and down. Balancing on that single leg. As you do it, out. How high you bring the leg up, how far the foot goes out. Don't matter. Doesn't matter at all. What matters is you're balancing on that single leg and throwing weight forward. Going to take even more weight forward. Take the opposite arm and punch with it. Now you get the arm and leg both giving you lever length forward, and you're having to stay right back on the back half of the foot with the foot flat on the floor. Push and turn, push and turn one more time, right there, and you're good. We're going to take this one leg, whichever leg you want, bring it over the top, step, up, and back. So don't just swing it over quickly. Pick the foot up, lift it over the top, take it out to the side, up and back, up and over. So it doesn't matter how wide you go. What is really important is that as you do this, you're lifting that foot up over the other one and back. So we're working the hips. We're working that hip flexor to warm it up. Inner thigh pulls that leg across. Outer hip pulls that leg back again. Over and back. Same on the other side. Tap and tap. The other thing you don't want to do is just plop it down and plop it back. There's nothing to that. Control the muscles. Have that muscle control to be able to hold. Tap just the toe. Bring it in and bring it back. Up, over, and back. And back. One more time. There. And there. We did forward lunges. We're going to do reverses. Step back to start out with. Just reach and up, back. and up. This time as you go back, come down in the middle. Make sure the knee is staying over the ankle on the front leg. Now we're going to push through that front foot, the back half of the foot to drive hips up. Bring that back leg up. So you're pushing off the back foot. You're pushing through that heel of the front foot. Lunges are all about this leg on the stationary side, that stance side. That moving leg really doesn't do anything but balance you so you don't fall down. And bring it up. It's like London Bridge. And up, back, and up. One more time, step it back. Bring it up into a stagger step. Stay right there. Feet are parallel. Knees, toes pointed forward. What we're going to do is arms in and out. And then as you come back up, you're going to roll that hip, bringing the hips up, using the muscles in the back leg. So down and up and push. Into a narrow row, squeeze the shoulder blades together, extend at the elbows, getting those triceps, up and out, in and back, up, and out, up, hello, out, out, last one, up, bring it in and bring it back. Other side back, this time we're going to go top to bottom instead of front to back. So as you come up, roll the hip, go into a curl, to a shoulder press up overhead, and bring it back down again. Squeeze the hands, make fists. Up, squeeze those muscles in the upper arm, those biceps muscles, back down and down. Up, curl, roll the arms over, push up and down. Our arms go up as high as you can go on that push. Don't go past where it hurts. Don't ever do that. Roll it up, push overhead, bring it back down. Again, heel up. We want to get those hamstrings warmed up here. Up and up. Elbows back, shoulder blades back, and squeeze. Same thing, but this time at a diagonal. Same as this. The only difference is you're coming down, 45-degree angle, bringing it back, still squeezing the shoulder blades. What you'll feel is a different part of the shoulder being worked on this one. Warming up that entire shoulder blade, top to bottom. And back, in, and again, stay wide. We got one thing left to do. We're going to go into a hip hinge. Feet are apart, a little wider than shoulder width, butt back. Remember, nothing moves but that hip joint. Knees too, with the butt going back, not forward. And bring the butt in. It's a hip thrust. Back. Find that spot where you can feel the stretch happening. Very top of the hamstrings going into the glutes. And roll it forward. Squeeze right here, keeping the knees over the ankles, driving the hips out. Going to go side to side, stretching out those inner thighs. Same thing, you just come right down toward the floor. And push up on that leg, the bent one. Other side, out. And push, back, up. Again, grab a drink of water, grab your weights, and we will start. This is an A plus B equals C kind of day. We'll do one exercise, then we'll do another exercise, and then we'll do the two together. Because that's the way it rolls today. And as we often do, we're going to start out with a weighted squat. Suitcase carry, hands at the sides, a little bend in the elbows. Down, roll, and up, just like we did at the beginning in the warm-ups. Those are rehearsal moves, they're called, so that we get ready for these moves, so we get the muscles warmed up. Shoulders back, are you ready to go? Let's do it. Down, and push up, tighten up the legs. Feel those muscles get nice and tight as you're coming up, so you're contracting them. Roll the hips underneath. As you do, you're going to feel these muscles tighten up. Now push. Drive through the heels to bring yourself up. Get into those quadriceps, those hamstrings, front and back of the thighs. Make them work to bring you up. You can go down and back up without really working this. It's up to you to make it real. Back down. Knees stay over the shoes, the laces of the shoes. Bring it up one more time. Down. Roll it. And up. Hammer curls. Elbows next to the torso, palms in, like that, up and down. See if you can keep the elbows away from the torso so you're not using the torso to brace the upper arms. All right, you ready? Let's go. Little bend in the knees. Keep them little bend there. Keep the shoulder blades back. Keeping the spine in neutral, back of the head to the tailbone, in alignment. Up. I just want to be one of those guides like at national parks. Well, not now, but, you know, when they have them. And to your left, you will see. Up. Back down. I don't know the birds, though. And I don't know the flowers. That would be a problem. Up. Over there is a yellow thing. It's a flowery kind of thing. Keep the elbows by the side. Don't let them go back. You got 5 seconds left. Down. And up. Last one. Just like that. Now we're going to go down in a squat. From down here, when you're in that squat, shoulders are back, elbows pointed to the floor, curl, back down, and then come up out of that squat. Here we go. Take it down. Shoulders back, butt underneath you, elbows to the floor, up, back down, and push up. Again, down in a squat, elbows pointed down, elbows to 90, bring them back down, keep the weight in the heels of the feet on this one and the hips underneath so you don't hurt your back. Down, up, hold, back down, drive through the heels. Like 2 more maybe. Up, back down, whatever we can get in 15 seconds. Down, curl, back down, and up. 1 more, and you're done with those. Check it out. What we're going to do next is going to be deadlifts. So you've got hands in front of the thighs, just like we did in the beginning in that hip hinge. Down, knees are bent, butt goes back. The work comes in pushing the butt out as far as you can get it, not how deep you can go. It's bringing it back in. When you bring it back in is where these muscles really have to work to tighten up to bring it back in. So, you ready? Shoulder blades back. Let's go. Butt back. Feel a stretch in the hamstrings. And then knees don't move. And that's what you really concentrate on in this one. That's your cue. Is as long as the knees don't go forward, you're putting all the work into the hamstrings and the glutes like you should. And then bring it back down. Hold at the bottom. Push the butt out just a little bit more if you can. And then squeeze to bring it back in again. Down and out. Hold it. And push. Hips right straight forward. Let's go. 2 more. 10 seconds left. Last one. Hold it and bring it back up again. Upright rows. Just pulling it up. Make sure you don't bring the shoulders up toward the ears. The other thing is only come up as high as is comfortable for your shoulders, but elbows go right straight out. Wherever you are, wherever that highest point is for you, always make sure the shoulders or the elbows are going right straight out. All right. Here we go. Bring it up. Out and back down. Again, you are going to that point where your shoulders say, yep, that's okay. You can come up. You can squeeze the shoulder blades together. This is where you're probably going to feel the pain in the front of the shoulder. If you feel any, that's where it's going to be. And down, right straight down. Don't let the arms extend completely. Keep a little bend in the elbows. And down. 10 seconds left. Drop right straight down. Keep the weights right next to the torso so that you're not tempted to roll out with them. Last one. Up. And back down again. 15-second break. Then we go into the deadlift with the elbows out like that. Here's what you want to really be careful of on this one. As you're coming up, keep the weights right next to the torso so you can keep that curve in the back. If you bring the weights out here, they're going to take the shoulder. It's going to take the shoulders with it. So just keep those shoulder blades back, weights close to the torso. So down, hold, and then as you come up, bring the arms up. If you feel anything in your lower back when you're doing this, do this. Wait till you get up to the top and then bring the arms up and out and back down again. You got to be able to keep that curve in the lower part of the back. Hips out. As long as you tighten up the glutes and the hamstrings to bring the hips forward in that hip thrust, you should be fine on that lower back. But if it's not, don't even try it. Up and back down. Do the two movements. Just do them separately. One more time. Down but back. And squeeze and bring it up. You're there. Grab a drink of water. Let's take a break for a second. Let's give those muscles a chance to cool off a little bit. Before we go on to the next ones. What is the next ones, you ask? Holding the weights. Somebody must have asked that, didn't they? Holding the weights on the sides. We're going to go into a skier stance right here. Knees. So again, this is one, it's up to you, whatever you feel is right for you. Skier stance requires a lot more work from the lower back to hold your shoulder blades back, hold that back straight. If that's not working for you, because what we're going to do is put the weights out front and bring them back. Then you go into a stagger and brace yourself with that front leg. Bring yourself over that leg, and it's so much easier this way to keep that little curve in the lower part of the back to keep your back neutral. So whichever one works for you. This one's a little more work for the torso. This one stabilizes that. Bottom line, don't get hurt. That's the most important thing. So do the one that's right for you, that you can maintain form. Just back, squeeze it together, and out again. And out. So if you've got a monitor there, if you've got yourself set where you can see you, check it out, or a mirror. See if that back is staying straight. I'm doing it constantly during these classes. I'm watching the monitor because I'll have this tendency to kind of drop down just a little bit. And then I'm not setting a very good example. Back and out. 15 seconds. Out. In. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And back out. I'm going to stagger. My back's getting tired. Out. In. Out. And down. And remember, it's one of those things we kind of forget. You can change the way you do it halfway through. If you're starting to feel that form just can't be held anymore, change it. Get yourself into a position that's a little easier. Go into a stagger. Bring yourself up just a little bit higher. Make adjustments as you go so that you don't get hurt. And as soon as you start to feel something, change it. You don't want to get hurt. All right, next one. Stagger step, hip hinge, down. Just like that hip hinge we did, but now we got one leg up front, one leg out back, pushing through the heel of that front leg. Back leg, you can make it a little more challenging if you keep the heel up, working off the ball of the foot. Down, butt right straight back, just like before. Knee stays over the ankle, and back up again. All right. We're going to do each side. And push up. Down, hold, and back up. Squeeze glutes. Back down. You should be feeling this in the back of that front leg. Very top of the thigh, and push. And going into the bottom of the butt, into those glutes, glute muscles, and squeeze. And up, 10 seconds left. Last one, down and up. Keep the back straight and push through that front leg to come up. So don't use the back to lift you. You're going to have a little of that, but most of it's going to be that front leg. You want to feel this leg really engaged to get you back up again. Other side, same thing. Knee over ankle, hold that the entire time. Shoulder blades back, coming down in that hip hinge. Stop at the knees, push the butt out, and bring yourself up. Back down, butt out. Again, if you're up on the ball of the foot on that back foot and you're wobbling, get that heel down. Make sure your base is stable first. Butt back. Pushing through that front leg. Down. Ball of the foot to the heel and tighten it up as you're coming up. Push. Last one. Down and up. and you're there. Next part of this is an A plus B plus C equals D and E, something like that. Anyway, math, no, that wasn't my good part. Down, here again, this time, elbows back, hold them there, out, and in, triceps extension. You ready? Here we go. Squeeze that muscle in the back of the upper arm and bring it down. Keep the back straight as the arms are out there. Should be a straight line. And in. Hold in that back position right there. Stay there before you come back down. In and out. Squeeze. And back. Check your back. Make sure that you got that straight line yet. Chin is up. Chest is out, and you've got curve in that lower part of the back. You feel those muscles working in the lower part of the back to pull it in. May not come in very far, but you want those muscles engaged. That's all you need for stability. Last one. Out. Back in. Ooh. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a down, narrow row, out and back. So into that hip hinge, you're going to bring the elbows back from right here, shoulder blades together, back out front, and then push through that front leg to come back up to standing. All right, ready? Here we go. Down, knees over the ankles, elbows back, squeeze it together, out, and then push through that front leg to come back up again. Elbows back, narrow row, squeeze it, relax, keep a little bend in that elbow, and back up. Squeeze, out, and up. Hold it. Make sure you're really concentrating on your back on this one. Otherwise, you're going to get hurt in that lower back. Elbows together, squeeze it, out, and up. Last one. Out and push back up. Other side with the triceps kickback. So keep those elbows back on this one as you're doing this whole exercise. And it's down, push up, out, nope, wrong order, sorry. Down, out, back in, and then push up. Like that. The second one I did, that's the one we'll do. Okay, down, stay right here. Weights in that front foot, ball the foot to the heel, extend at the elbows, and then push back up through that front leg. Back down. Out, in, and push. So working the triceps to extend the elbow. Lower back keeps the back straight. Pushing through that heel using the quads and the hamstrings to come back up again. Down, take your time, but as far out as you can get it. Extend, hold for at least one count. Make those muscles work back there. And up. One more time. Down, elbows back. Extend, bring it in, and you're there. So that's a really good one, upper and lower body. It's a very effective one. Next thing we're going to do, exercise, we'll do one more set, and then we'll take a break again. We'll bring that knee up and back down, slowly. So what you want is that knee pointed right straight forward. You want the leg to stay on that side of the body, not coming across. So you're not balancing by weight on the other side. You're picking that leg right straight up, making this leg, everything on this side holds you in place. Up and back down. You're going to feel a whole lot more work in that leg and in those glutes. All right, and then we're going to alternate that. Right to left. It's a march, kind of. Ready? Up and back down. Weight shift over that other leg. Lift. Keep that knee out on that side. So when I say out, I just mean in alignment with the hip and the shoulder instead of letting it come across body, because that uses the leg to balance you. You weight shift with that leg. You're not having to use the core to do it. This way forces the core to do a whole lot more work. And down. And back. Take your time. Again, how high the leg comes doesn't matter. Tap the toe if you need to, and then lift, and then back down again. So whichever one is the right one for you, that's the one you do. Up and back down. Back to a curl, but this time we're doing the biceps curl. So palm is out, shoulders back, chest out, elbows right next to the torso. Try to keep the elbows away from the torso. Don't use it to brace the upper arm. Ready? Up and back down again. Knees are bent, weight is in the back half of the foot, ball of the foot to the heel. You're looking right straight out in front of you. Elbows are forward, right next to the torso. And this is an arc, out, away from the body, back in, and back down. Quarter of the way up to 3/4 of the way up. Right there, and down. 15 seconds left. Exhale as you come up, inhale as you go down. But take it down slowly, nice and slow, right there. Take your time. And back up. You want to work both up and down. And, you're there. That was that one. Alternating arm, alternating leg. That was meant to be. These two go together. Up and back down. Up and back down. Like that. With that march, bringing the knee up. Keeping it forward, elbows next to the torso. You know the drill. You ready? Let's go. Keep the knee out to the outside. It wants to come to the middle. Mine does. It wants to just go right there. So you're really strengthening up all those muscles on the outside of the leg at the same time on that lift leg. And back down. Feel it on the outside of the quadriceps, outside of the knee. And back down, working the glutes as well, but it's a really good knee strengthener to hold that knee out there. And back down, knees get weak, and when they do, when those muscles around the knee get weak, that knee is just all over the place. And that causes a whole lot of damage to that knee joint. Up. And back down. I've worked with people who've had to get those muscles strong before they could have knee surgery. And down. Up. Because they didn't want them to have those weak knees coming out of surgery. They wanted them to be strong so that they could move the correct way. Up and back down. Last one. Good thing too. And back down. Set the weights down, grab a drink of water. We're going to do one more set. And then we will go to the floor. The floor will be no weights. We're just going to work the core. Core on the floor, we say. We're going to do a side arm raise on this one. I'm going a little lighter weights for that one. We'll be out here. Keeping the shoulder blades back. What you want to do is make sure those shoulder blades are back so that you keep the front of the shoulder open as you're doing it. And then keep a little bend in the elbow. The other thing you want to make sure of, the elbow's upper arm is always in alignment with the torso when you come up. So don't let them go back. Don't let them go forward. What we like to do is bring the weights parallel or in the same plane as the torso. That's not what you want. You want the elbows forward, so you're keeping those shoulders in neutral instead of forcing them into that pushback and then lifting them. So first thing we're going to do is just that. Up, hold, and back down again. This is why we work the shoulders. A little bend in those knees. Don't let them straighten out. Up. Make sure the weight is in the back half of the foot and that the shoulder blades are back through this whole thing. Up. Modification. Bring the weight closer to the torso. And then come up on the sides, keeping the upper arm in the same plane as the torso. And back. So again, you get out here, you do a couple, all of a sudden it's like the shoulders saying nope, and then you just bring the arms in. Or you get rid of the weights. You don't need the weights. We don't need no weights to do this. Back down and up. Just keeping those shoulder blades back as you bring the arms up is a lot of extra work. You just tighten up every muscle like you were lifting a heavy weight. 5 seconds. Up and back down. Last one. And back down. Shake your shoulders out, roll them around a little bit, give them a chance to quiet down. We're going to do a weight shift. So feet out wide, like we did before. Shoulders come right straight down to the floor like this. But then you're going to bend one leg by pushing, or one knee, pushing the butt back. So you're not coming down to the side and turning. You're bringing it down. Your shoulders are always going right straight down to the floor. They'll just move off to the side because this leg's getting shorter. We're going to switch sides. Ready? Down. Push up through the heel. Come to the top. Again, just like a hip hinge. It is a hip hinge. You want knee stays over the ankle. Squeeze the muscles in the back half of the leg to bring the butt out. A hip thrust. As long as you concentrate on keeping that knee right where it is, over the ankle the entire time, you've got yourself in a perfect place to get that muscle growth and up. So you're going to be most effective. So you don't have to go down really deep. It's right here. Bring that butt in while you've got that knee working. All those muscles all the way up the back chain are doing all the work to hold that in place and to bring you up. Down and out. One more time after this one. Push up. Last one down, butt back, and push up. Good job. Forward raise. I'm going to alternate on this one. Up and up. So I'm going to go back and forth, left to right. Shoulder to back, chest is up, chin is up. You know that one. Up. A little bend in the elbows or whatever you need for a bend in the elbows. But again, that weight is right in alignment with the shoulder the whole time. And back down wherever you're at. And wherever you're at, keep those shoulder blades back. I was starting to lean forward because the weights are out here, bringing me with them. Don't want that. I need to stay right where I am, working that entire back. 30 seconds in, 15 to go. And down. Make sure nothing is moving but that shoulder. One more. I didn't alternate anymore. I am sorry. Down, up, and back. There we go. Apologize for that. All right, feet wide. We're going to go down to the side, out, and back in, pushing up. Make sure that arm goes out. You don't go with it. Just the arm goes out to the side. You're still parallel with the floor. And bring it up. And then out and up, out and up like that. And you're ready. Here we go. Down. Arm up on the side. Same side, bring it in. Push up through the heel. Knee stays where it is. Other side, out. Push up and bring it in to the front. And up. Other side, butt goes back. All the weight in the heel. And push forward. Back out to the side. And in. Other side. Take it up. Butt back. Bring it back. Right there. Front. And down. And down. One more all the way around. One. And back. So you notice I'm not going down very deep. If I do, I have this tendency to roll out, so I kind of take it easy. I know that that side raise with this really takes a lot of pressure out to the side, so try to minimize that. All right, we're done with that. You need water. You need a mat. Well, you don't need one. I mean, it's totally up to you. You'll notice I've got the Halloween theme going on, orange and black. Notice. All kinds of good floor stuff. Fun. I think everybody calls it fun. Fun on the floor. On your back. And down we go. First things first, lower back on the floor, squeezing those lower abs. My hand was down, he saw it. We're going to take and squeeze the lower abs, roll the pelvis forward, extending out the back. And release again. And back, you can leave the knees in crooked. We're going to be doing quite a bit from there. Up. And back down. Last one. And down. So all you were doing there is warming up the lower abs so that you keep the lower back on the floor. Now to go with that is going to be that crunch. So you're going to bring the shoulders up. Reaching. Shoulder blades stay back. You're looking right up to the ceiling and back down. Again, small move. Smaller the better. You can still get at those muscles without doing all sorts of stuff that's going to hurt the lower back. Last one. And down, grab on to the back of the thighs. We're going to bring the knees up over the hips. You can drop the knees down if you want. The modification for this to make it a little more challenging is bringing the heels up so that the lower leg is parallel with the floor. It's up to you, whichever one works. We're just going to extend one leg at a time. Out and back in. I'm relaxing the toe. If you want, you can bring it in and stretch out the calf muscles at the same time. But I'm really working the quadriceps here in front, so I want to get that leg up as much as I can. And back down, keeping that lower back on the floor. So every time you lift that leg, hold it in place, tightening up those muscles in the front of the thigh, and back down. Last one, out, squeeze in, and nice and slow, drop the heels to the floor. Arms up overhead. We're going to bring one knee up at a time. Extend, back in, and down. So it's a march. Bring the leg up. Stop when the knee is over the hip. Again, proprioception. Your body should know when that knee is over the hip without you having to see it. Right straight up with that leg. Everything's in alignment. In and back down. Up, over, and down. Up and back down. Bring the heels in right up to the butt. Hands can be on the sides or wherever if you need. If your body's rolling when we do this next exercise, side to side, put the arms down on the sides. What we're going to do is exhale. As you do, squeeze that lower back into the floor, and as you get all the air out, those knees are just going to come up. As you come down, you take a breath at the top, exhale as you come down, keeping that lower back on the floor. Drop slowly. When you get to the top, it's that last bit of breath out. It's going to bring that tailbone up off the floor. It's going to put you in a reverse crunch is what it's going to do. And then breathe in. And exhale down. 2 more. When you get into that reverse crunch, hold, or as much as you can get. So you may not bring that tailbone up off the floor. That may not be right for you. Just bring the knees up as high as they'll come, and then that last exhale is just going to bring them up just a little bit more. It's still going to roll that pelvis. And then exhale, back down, nice and slow. And you're there. If that worked for you, if that last one was doable, knees up over the ankle, or knees up over the hips, and then the knees are at 90 degrees. And then that tabletop, extend and extend. If that does not work, hands behind the thighs. One thing you can do to make it a little more challenging is release the hand behind the leg that's going up. Instead of holding on as the knee goes up, let go and back down. And then the other side. Or if you can do tabletop, that's fine too. But make sure that lower back is staying on the floor. Actually, this one kind of makes it easier to keep the lower back on the floor. Last one. And down. Ooh, we're going to give that a break for a second. Into a glute bridge. Knees, toes, hips, and shoulders all in alignment, and they stay there. So as you come up, don't let the knees collapse in or flare out. Work these muscles on the outside and inside of the legs to hold that knee right there. Keep that leg in alignment. So exhale. Squeeze the glutes. This is all about those butt muscles on the sides. And back down. Nice and slow. Keep a little pelvic tilt in there. So when the back hits the floor, it hits it flat. But here's what you don't want is for the lower back or the butt to touch first and then the rest of the back to come down. You can roll from the top of the shoulders or from the top of the spine down and then sit it all down, or holding that lower abs tight as long as you can. Letting up on the glutes a little bit and then bring it all down together. Last one. And then exhale back down again. Like that. Upper body, we're going to go into those obliques and the upper abs. So rib cage to the belly button, and then all the way down the side from the ribs to the hips. We're going to come up, shoulders toward the ceiling, arms toward the ceiling, arms down, roll and reach. And back down to the other side. And when I say reach, I don't mean bring the chin to the chest and reach through the upper back. It is using those shoulder blades to draw down. We're just going to bring the arms with it in that diagonal and then back up. And at no time does that lower back come up off the floor. No time does weight shift from one side to the other. That is all strain on that lower back if you do. Because we have a tendency to kind of roll off to this side, like we can get more reach that way. All you're looking for are those obliques to work, and that's going to come when you roll those shoulder blades down. But still looking up at the ceiling. So your neck never moves as you come up. And rotate to the side. You're looking at a diagonal, squeeze it, hold it, and back down. And you got it. Arms down. We're going to do a tuck. So we're going to go back into that march. Knee up, over the hips, extend out, bring it back in a tuck, and then down, other side. Knee comes up, extend through the knee as far as you can go and still keep those hips level with the floor. Bring it back in and down. So you've got two options. When you're here, you can have the hands on the floor to keep yourself from twisting side to side. But what is better, what's more effective is going to be keeping the arms up off the floor and only taking that leg out as far as you can before you start to twist a little bit, before those ab muscles that run side to side start to give out. Instead of using the arms. This way you're offloading to the arms and you're not making the core do the work. Here, you just don't go as far out as far as you can, but the whole thing is the core doing the work. Up, extend, lower back is on the floor, especially on that extension. Don't let it come up. In and down, up, out, brace leg. Lean into it if you need to keep those hips flat. That's what it's there for. And down. That's why we keep a brace leg on the floor. All right. A couple times on each side, we're going to do that extension with the shoulders coming down. So with that crossbody crunch, knee up, extend. As the knee comes in, shoulders start to come up off the floor. You rotate, hands on the outside of that knee, still looking up at the ceiling. And back down. Key on this one, really important, is don't let that knee come across body. So on that extension, when it's coming in, when you bring the shoulders up, knee's going to want to go to the side. The only part, what the problem with that is that brings the back up at the same time. So you're putting all kinds of stress on the lower back. So up, out, tuck, shoulders up, rotate. When I say rotate, I mean the shoulder girdle, and down, other side, tuck, extend. One more time each side, up, out, and down. Stay in that crunch position as long as you can. When you're in that side crunch with the knee tucked, you're going to feel those muscles working all along that side through the abs, into the hips, and back down. If you can. We're going to do one more thing, if you can. Knees up in that tabletop. If not, just keep doing what we were doing. We're going to extend the leg out and bring it in and down. So what you can do is bring one leg in, one leg out, this bicycle, out and out, keeping the lower back on the floor, not twisting. And then as that knee comes in, you're going to bring yourself up on that side and back, other side, squeeze, doing that pedal, bring it back into the middle and in. If that doesn't work, back to the feet on the floor. Nothing wrong with that. Out. You have to do what's right for your body, and it's the lower back especially that we're looking at here. Lower back stays on the floor, hips don't move. And back. There's all sorts of ways you can modify that, keeping the knees in, tucking both. You can do all kinds of fun stuff with that. We got time. One more. One more, back in the crook position. Hips, knees, shoulder all in alignment. Knee comes up, foot extends right straight up like we did at the beginning. And then you're also going to do a crunch at the same time. And back. So what you'll notice or watch this, that kind of thing, is as the shoulders come up, you're going to be reaching toward the toe just a little bit and reaching through the shoulders. That's going to bring you up just a little bit more. And then as you get the last of the air out of the lungs, it's going to keep bringing you up. But don't roll down. Chin has to stay away from the chest the same amount all the way through. So up, alternating legs. And down, up. And here again, if you're able, legs up, extend up. Other one stays at 90, squeeze. And back down, starting in tabletop. Again, this is a harder one, much harder one. You may need to keep one foot on the floor to brace that lower back. Squeeze. And back down. And back down. We're done with that. Arms up over the head, back of the hands on the floor, over the head. Glute bridge, up. This is all about stretching out. Quadriceps, hip flexors, and abs. Quadriceps and hip flexors got used really hard on those tabletops. Anytime you brought that knee up, anytime you brought that knee in for a tuck, you were using those hip flexors. So we need to get them stretched out. And down one more time. And down. Leave one knee up. Take the other ankle, put it over that knee. Drop that knee down as far as you need to by taking the foot, extending it out so that you can get the ankle over that other knee, wherever that is for you. And then arms out to the side. Drop that knee out on the side. Stretching out the outside of that hip on the other side. And back in, other side, same thing. Reach out and keep the arms flat so the hips can turn. But the upper back won't, so it's just thoracic spinal turn only. Accommodating the lower back. Bring it back in, set that down, extend all the way out. Reach with the toes, reach with the fingers, all the way out into the rack. And up to seated. Core is just so absolutely important to everything you do. And to avoid the core or not do it is just any other exercise. It's just not going to be as effective. And you're probably going to end up injuring yourself if you don't have that strong core. Core stabilizes before any other movement in your body. And if it's not stable, you can't hold yourself up over that stationary leg. Not just a falls prevention thing, but any movement. Shoulder blades back, chest out, chin up. And that's why I concentrate on it so hard, and especially doing it right. Core exercises can be done wrong, especially on the obliques on the outside, and nothing happens, except you get hurt. Around, bring it back, and up we go. Water time. Grab a drink. Fingers intertwined, palms away. Up to the ceiling as high as you can get them, wherever that point is that you can get the arms out to. You want to stretch the fingers, you want to stretch the shoulders. Inner arm, as well as the triceps. Ear up in the inside of that upper arm first, and then let them just drop. It's all about stretch on that opposite side, on that extended side. Use the hands to bring you back up, and then drop down on the other side. And back up on top again. Shake that out, feet wide, push. Through the shoulder, this is completely a shoulder exercise, completely. Out, a shoulder stretch, I should say. So reach that arm up, get the shoulder out and up. Use those traps to pull that shoulder up, not you. You don't go up with it, just the shoulder. And again, other side, now right straight across the torso. Push. Take that front hand, roll it, and bring it back, other side. Out and turn. While you're out there, why don't you do this? Back of the hand against the back of the hand. And bring it around. Again, it's all about them shoulders. This, though, is also thoracic spine. You're getting in the middle of the back. As long as you stay solid underneath and don't let the hips turn. Hips stay forward. That's where you get the stretch from. Other side, same thing. Back of the hand to back of the hand. Arm down or up, wherever works for you. Wherever you get the best stretch out of that. And down again. Shake that out, back into a hip hinge. Let's stretch out those hamstrings that we work so hard in the lower body exercises. Palm of the hands on the thighs, push the butt back. Just kind of hang in there. Take a deep breath. See if you can drop down just a little bit, butt out a little farther. Torso coming forward in that hip hinge until you feel that muscle stretching in the back of the upper leg. The other way you can do this is come down and then lift. Push through the heels, and you'll feel that stretch there as well in the back of the upper legs. And push on up. Got time for this. Toe up, a little bend in the knee, into a hip hinge right here, getting the calf muscles. Again, move the knee. Move the shoulders back a little bit more. Make sure you're pointing at the toe. Whatever it takes to get just the muscles below the knee to above the heel. That's all you want are those calf muscles, not the knee, not the heel. Bring it up. Other side, same thing. Toe up, butt back, hip hinge down. Roll it, bring it up. Arms underneath. We are done. Over the top, but you got to get a deep breath in. You want to get that oxygen into the bloodstream because that's what's going to help flush. Bring it down one more time. Flush that lactic acid out of the muscles. So will a good protein drink when you're done. Up. And back down. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I always do. And come back next time. Meet me here. Meet me here. I'll see you then.